In this day and age, we're well aware that there's no such thing as job security. A job is no longer something that you'd hold for life. You'd start as an apprentice somewhere and you end by getting your golden watch and leaving when you're 65. That just doesn't happen anymore. But you'd think that the saints in heaven would at least be spared such a worry, but no. It even extends up to there. Just listen to what happened to my dad the other day. He lost his keys. He lost his keys and he looked for them and looked for them and looked for them everywhere, couldn't find them. In the end, he sat down in desperation and sent a prayer to Padre Pio to help him find his keys. Can you imagine how St. Anthony must have felt? For centuries, this was his domain. This was his speciality, helping people finding their lost belongings. And now, this new kid on the block comes and takes his job off him. He can't have been well pleased with that. But joking aside, what's going on here? My dad claims that this has happened to him a number of times. He's lost a key, or something like that, can't find it anywhere, looks high and low everywhere that he can think of. He gives up, prays to Padre Pio. Padre Pio, for some reason, don't ask why, Padre Pio, and he finds what he's looking for. Now, as a skeptic, an atheist, and a naturalist, I would be inclined to dismiss claims that involve supernatural explanations. But I shouldn't be too quick to dismiss the underlying claim. The underlying claim is that my dad prayed to find his key and then he found his key. Could that really happen? And if it does, then what's the true explanation underneath it? You see, I wouldn't accept a supernatural explanation. I would never accept the explanation that Padre Pio really helped him find his key. But I would accept that he did find his key. How? Well, this is something I thought of after I did my video series on free will. And one really good response to that series was an article that was sent to me by Javier, Casino McCool, and he sent me an article on the frame problem and global workspace theory. And this is what I thought might have some bearing on what is going on with people who send petitional prayers for, say, for example, finding lost objects, or a prayer to get, to help them make decisions or something like that. You see, according to the global workspace theory, when you're trying to resolve a problem, a number of independent modules in your brain start working on this problem, each in their own specialized way. And whenever the processes in those modules produce a potential answer, it gets sent into this global workspace for processing. And then eventually an actual solution might emerge from this whole interaction of the modules and the global workspace. Now imagine you're in a position where you've lost an object that you use on a daily basis, like for example your car keys, and you can't find them anywhere. How might this bear on this global workspace theory? Well, imagine you're trying to think, where did I put my keys? Where did I put my keys? And you can't think of where you might have put them. Now you've got a number of modules that deal with routines and things that you do repetitively and on an ongoing basis. So these modules come barging in and go like, Look in the glove compartments, that's where you usually put them. Look on the table, that's where you normally put it. Look here, that's where you normally put it. And I think what might happen in that case is that they flood the global workspace with their useless suggestions, because in this particular instance you didn't put them in those usual places. But the bloody things won't shut up. They will keep flooding the global workspace with these suggestions. Eventually you give up, or you decide to give up, and you sit down and you send this prayer to Padre Pio. But the effect that this has is that it will shut up those noisy modules. It is basically a message to those modules saying, I've looked at all your suggestions, I'm giving up, I'm not looking anymore. And with that quietness in place, finally that tiny little voice that says, you hung them on the hook in the bathroom, finally manages to get through the cacophony and makes it into the global workspace, where it then gets picked up by an unconscious process, and suddenly this little light bulb in your head goes off saying, hang on a second, let's have a quick look in the bathroom. Go to the bathroom and there it is. I mean, this is just a wild idea of mine, but what do you think, guys?